It's summer, it's hot, so it's time to panic.
An inferno in the distance, getting ever closer. As wildfires on roads continued to advance, even more areas of the island were evacuated.
Roads on fire, and is UK cooling on net zero policies? Scientists say climate change is increasing the intensity of heat waves which can trigger fires. Really? As a Spectator reports, according to NASA data, the amount of land burned annually in wildfires globally had decreased by about a quarter between 2001 and 2015. And wildfires in Europe are actually down compared to the average for this time of year. But that doesn't fit the narrative, does it? No, it's gotta be climate change. The media told me. If only there was some other explanation besides hot summer temperatures. Greece Roads fires. Firefighters say there are indications of arson in shocking update. Oh. The fire in Rhodes was started by human hands, according to the representative of the fire department, Giannis Artopios. There are 3 fire fronts in Rhodes now, and it all seems this has been caused by humans. Yeah, but Greece wildfires on Corfu started by arsonists, officials claim. Georgios Mahamiris, the mayor of North Corfu, told the state news agency APA-MPA that the fire was the result of arson. Oh. Media, the Rhodes fires were caused by climate change. We're all doomed. It's literally the end of the world. Greek firefighters, it was arson. Many such cases. When the temperature's so unbearably hot, you have to wear a fleece. But the media told me. Apparently, in the last 5 years, the planet is such a raging inferno, it's literally changed colour. The BBC sent its climate editor to Spain to tell us that carbon emissions were causing the heat waves.
I'm on the beach at Alicante, and it's 27 now, and as you can see, dawn is just rising. Even hotter inland. They had temperatures in the 30s overnight. It will end in Greece. All accentuated, exaggerated by the effects of climate change. Climate change is pushing temperatures up and making heat waves like this longer and more extreme.
I mean, they could have used a reporter already in Spain to tell us that, but the threat posed by carbon emissions is so dire. Justin Rowlett just had to take that 1,800-mile round trip spewing 1/3 of a ton of carbon dioxide, the equivalent of driving over 1,500 miles in a petrol car, before flying back literally the next morning. This is the same dude who previously put out a climate documentary chock full of exaggerations and falsehoods. And his sister is also an ardent Insulate Britain Just Stop Oil Extinction Rebellion activist. They're all activists. This is the same BBC that tweets temperatures in Sicily 7 degrees hotter than their own app indicates. On another occasion, 10 degrees higher. Make your mind up. The BBC said 47 degrees in Sicily. Yet the Time and Date website reports that the temperature in Sicily never even went above 35 degrees. Turns out, as ever, they were pulling a fast one. It was not referring to the air temperature, the standard measurement made 2 meters above the ground, but the actual temperature on the surface. This latter measurement, of course, is going to be many degrees higher. But by that time, the fake 48 degrees hysteria had already gone around the world. The BBC gets all their data from the Met Office, a government body that last year served up the hottest ever temperature recorded in the UK. I mean, they recorded it on the hot tarmac at an airport while 3 Typhoon fighter jets were landing, but don't let that get in the way of a good scare story. Now let's talk about something that represents a legitimate threat to your future and your livelihood. Given how unstable everything has seemingly become, the precarious state of the world is a constant concern, and that's why it's more important than ever to protect your assets. I first bought gold nearly 20 years ago when it was hovering at around $600 an ounce. It's now touching $2,000 an ounce. For me personally, it's been a reliable, trustworthy store of wealth for all of my adult life, which is why I'm more than keen to recommend it to you. And that brings me to today's video sponsor, Lear Capital. The cost of just about everything is through the roof. Gas, food, you name it. Big banks are gobbling up smaller banks. Is your cash even safe at this point? Then you've got the whole debanking scandal with people having their accounts cancelled for their political opinions. The US dollar's losing its purchasing power and could be removed as the world reserve currency. That would be the end of the dollar as we know it. The stock market's a casino, so what are you going to do to protect you and your family's financial security? The good news is we can protect ourselves by holding tangible assets like gold and silver. Shiny. Ooh, nice. As I've experienced personally, they hold their value over time and can appreciate, providing a source of financial stability that can't just be printed away. Why wait? Do what I did and call my friends at Lear Capital. They're a wealth of knowledge and also taught me about including physical gold or silver into an IRA or 401k. Give them a call today to learn more at 800-411-2430 or go to learpaul.com. There's a lot of gold companies to choose from, but I do business with Lear Capital because I trust them and you can too. With over 25 years of experience, thousands of 5-star reviews and a 24-hour 24-hour risk-free purchase guarantee. Lear Capital is my choice when buying gold and silver. Call 800-411-2430 or go to learpaul.com to get your free gold and silver investor guide. And find out how you can get up to $15,000 in bonus metals with a qualified purchase. To learn more, call 800-411-2430 or go to learpaul.com. Now back to the video.
But in North America, it was revealed that the early hours of Monday morning, we had the highest temperature that Earth has ever recorded, 48.9 degrees Celsius.
The Earth just broke the record for the hottest day in 120,000 years. In fact, we broke it on 3 separate days. National climate emergency now. Who knew we had temperature measuring capability? Checks notes. 120,000 years ago. Who recorded that temperature? The lost civilization of Atlantis?
Well, that's total BS. They didn't tell us that the 1930s in the US was much hotter than now. And it's not hotter now because they've adjusted the figures. They didn't tell us that we've had warmer periods in the medieval times, in Roman times. If they want to go back as far as 125,000 years, let's look at geological time. We've had much hotter times, 600, 500, 400, 200, 150 million years ago. And we've been cooling for the last 50 million years. These activists who call themselves journalists, putting these screeching headlines, do not do any homework. They don't look at the past, and they have no idea about the factors driving climate. This is just scaremongering.
A car went up in flames on a Los Angeles freeway as California is hit by a blistering heatwave. However, it's not clear if the accident was heat-related. Must have just spontaneously combusted. Must be global warming. Neil Ferguson predicts UK temperature could reach 400,000 degrees next week as government warns get jabbed now to protect granny from spontaneous combustion. Heat is the new COVID. Manipulating data and spreading fear to coerce the population into mass compliance. Yeah, the similarities are uncanny.
On the hottest day of the year so far, there's a warning from Wales's top doctor that climate change could be more devastating than COVID for some communities unless we take immediate action.
New current thing just dropped. Surely the same nudge unit, aka the Behavioural Insights team, the same unit that produced lurid pandemic propaganda to frighten Brits into unquestioning fealty, couldn't possibly be working directly with broadcasters like Sky News that have relentlessly pushed these summer temperatures and wildfires as evidence of climate change. Earth will become an inferno! To scare the pants off us yet again? Surely not. A report by the BIT in collaboration with Sky TV called The Power of TV, nudging viewers to decarbonise their lifestyles, says that behavioural change on climate can be driven by TV. It comes at a critical time as experts now widely accept that we must shift the behaviour of millions of people to deliver on our collective net zero goals. Right. So brainwashing then. Decarbonise your life for Gaia. How? South Africa beats climate goal as blackout/emissions. Would an occasional blackout help solve climate change? Just accept the managed decline of your country, taking on the characteristics of a third world failed state. It's all for Mother Earth. Maybe we should follow the morally superior example set by climate change protesters. Like this eco-warrior who sabotaged George Osborne's wedding to draw attention to the climate emergency. A woman who once declared a climate emergency in Somerset before jetting off on a 10,000-mile round trip to Thailand months later. 3.3 tonnes of carbon emissions, equivalent to driving 18,500 miles in a petrol car, but the climate emergency seemingly doesn't apply to her luxury holidays. Strange, isn't it, how there's literally no top scientists speaking out about all this corruption? Oh wait, there is. Nobel Physics laureate Dr. John Clauser slammed the climate emergency narrative as a dangerous corruption of science that threatens the world's economy and the well-being of billions of people. Now he's having all his talks cancelled while his name gets dragged through the mud and his career ruined. Gee, I wonder why more don't speak out.
I have a second elephant in the room that I have recently discovered regarding climate change. I believe that the climate change is not a crisis.
Listen to the experts, unless they say something that contradicts our narrative. In which case, don't listen to them, silence them. In the name of science, of course. Get early access to videos, exclusive live streams, and personally DM me. You've seen how much I get demonetized all the time. Well, this is how you support me. By subscribing at pauljosephwatson.locals.com. Please click the link in the description.